A note of caution. Okay, Roseanne is not a conservative show. It's not even close to a conservative show. In fact, I think it's pretty clever and nefarious in how non-conservative it is. And it's worth going back to the history of Roseanne and talking a little bit about this. I happen to be an expert on this because I wrote an entire 400-page book about television called Primetime Propaganda, in which I talked with the producers of the original Roseanne, including Marcy Carsey, who is the woman behind it originally. And the way you can tell that this show has some pretty skewed politics, even though it has a Trump supporter who's not being portrayed as a complete nincompoop, the reason you can tell that the politics of this show are skewed is because the New York Times is treating it well. Vox.com treating it well. Right? All of the leftist publications are saying Roseanne is great. Why? Because the actual theme of the show is that the only reason you would vote for Trump is for non-cultural reasons. Right? The show is one big lie about Trump. The show is one big lie about conservatives. The lie that the show tells is that the reason people voted for Trump is because they were dissatisfied with the economy and because they were looking to give Donald Trump a chance to fix it. That it wasn't about cultural issues. That's not true. Okay, in 2016, Donald Trump did not win because there was a bunch of dispossessed white people who decided they need a better way of doing economics, and so they turned to Trump. That's not what happened. What happened is that culture war was at the front of everyone's mind. 2016 was a cultural war. Everyone knew it. There was a culture war over race and over feminism, and the left knows this too. And what they're trying to suggest is that the only conciliation that can take place in the country can take place on economic issues. Now, this is how Hollywood views politics. It's very important to know. This show is produced in Hollywood, right? Okay, this is supposed to be a show about the Midwest and a downtrodden family in Ohio or some such. But the reality is that the politics of this are pure Hollywood. In Hollywood, you are allowed to be libertarian. You are not allowed to be socially conservative. In Hollywood, if you say, listen, I vote Republican because I want lower taxes, people sort of nod. They go, okay, fair enough. Or if you say, listen, Hillary was a bad candidate. I just wanted to give Trump a shot because I thought maybe he could do something on the economy. Everybody says, all right, kind of get it. That's okay. I can handle it. There are a couple things you are not allowed to say in Hollywood. Those things that you are not allowed to say are a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Right? You're not allowed to say this in Hollywood. You will lose your job. If you say that transgenderism is a mental disorder, you will lose your job in Hollywood. You're not allowed to say that, for example, same-sex marriage is not traditional marriage and they're not the same thing and they're not of equal moral value. If you say that in Hollywood, you will absolutely lose your job. You will never work again in Hollywood, in this industry. If you say things like abortion is wrong and abortion is a sin, and abortion is murder. If you say that sort of stuff in Hollywood, you will not work again. I remember I interviewed Patty Heaton, who's very pro-life, and I asked her, Patty, do you think that you've lost jobs because of your conservatism? And I remember she first said to me, no, I don't think so. And then she called me back 24 hours later. She said, I called around. I found out I lost 6 specific jobs because of my pro-life positions. So the way Hollywood works this is, sure, we can be conciliatory. Sure, we can reach across the aisle. Sure, we can have American unity again, but only if you accept our social agenda.